guys, welcome back to the Independent Investor channel. My name is Ryan. On these videos I take you in and I actually show you the holdings within my portfolio. I really think this is important for engagement and transparency to really kind of show you guys how it is I deploy what it is I teach all the time on the Independent Investor channel and what that can potentially mean for you. Guys, if it's your first time tuning into the message, subscribe to the channel. We really believe in our singular goal in empowering individual investors to understand the potential of their own money if it's invested on their own. We teach you how to do it, and it's a lot more simple than a lot of people think, guys. So I'm going to kick you into the portfolio. Feel free to sit back, relax, and look at how I deploy my money in the stock market. I'm going to be covering three pillars: my cash account, my fixed equities account, and my brokerage account, and my two individual self-directed Roth IRA accounts. So sit back, enjoy how it is I allocate those dollars in the stock market. So whenever I do these portfolio reviews, I always start with this sector analysis summary page. Now, this is part of the suite of many products out of Merrill Lynch or Merrill Edge that I use quite frequently to show what type of exposure that I have in each of the sectors. And you can kind of see here as I scroll over some of these, the healthcare sector is a little bit underweight. This is really where I try to balance my sector exposure with regard to the holdings that I have. So you guys can see there what I've got. As we work down the line a little bit, I'm probably just a little bit overweight consumer staples. You guys can kind of see here as I scroll down, the information technology is a little bit underweight. And what I mean by that is there's certain weightings of each specific sector that you want to try to achieve and make sure that you don't get too overexposed in any one sector. You always want to try to get some level of exposure, not seeking true diversification with single stock ownership, but you guys can see there I'm a little under 20%, a little bit over in consumer discretionary, probably a little underweight in industrials as we kind of work down this, my material sector exposure, financials. Telecom is a little overweight with my holdings there, utilities. I'm probably right on the money here with energy as well. So this is kind of a really good tool to use to say, look, if I wanted to rebalance a little bit, where could I take a little bit from, or where could I add a little bit of exposure to more get in line with what it is that you want out of each sector exposure. Now, there is no real right or wrong answer, but there are recommended sector exposures, and that you don't want all of your money in utilities or telecom. And if one of the sectors is outperforming, then you're going to get some performance from some of the other sectors as well. So I'm going to kick you into my individual holdings. So this is really where I think a lot of the enjoyment on me sharing my portfolio holdings with you guys is. This is really the bread and butter of the portfolio. These are the holdings that make it up, and as you can see there on the top, just working from left to right, the ticker symbol, the holding, the rating, the quantity, the price, market value. You can see there my top two holdings are probably contained within Google and Amazon. You can see there to the right the percentage of the portfolio in relation to the total overall holdings that are recorded within this portfolio review. Bookings holding, you can see there at just under 5%. That's a new position I took this week. Just working down and just kind of identifying. I mean, this kind of blows the water off the three stock picks of the week or the month. You guys can see here I'm giving you a ton of different ideas here for investing and stuff that I've been long-term holders of, and some new positions as well. I've got another sheet to show you here, so I'm going to kick you over there and show you the rest of the portfolio holdings. Again, this is page 2 of my holdings, and what it looks like to be an investor. This is what I've got here. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Again, no portfolio is going to look exactly the same, but this will round out my holdings. On this particular page, you can see that the stock picks do continue. Again, the percentage of the portfolio to the right side of the screen. The quantity of shares I own there that I'm hovering over to show you guys. And in the middle there, starting with VCIT, you'll see 6 fixed equity positions, they're denoted by a rating of NA. I wish Merrill Edge would separate these fixed income holdings on this report. They don't, unfortunately, but you guys can pick those out. I'm going to be doing a video specific to the fixed equity positions in the portfolio. Represents just over 10% of my total overall holdings. But for you guys that are tuning into this message, you guys can look at those holdings right there. You can see percentage of allocation to the total overall portfolio value. And then finally at the bottom, I've got my only limited partnership in Blackstone Group as well, the high dividend payer. Just at about 2% of the total. So as you can see, they're just about over 190,000 in this section. Guys, so we've just come back out of the account review. I really hope you've enjoyed. You know, the difference on the Independent Investor channel and a lot of other channels out there is that this account has been grown strategically over the years to be where it's at now, okay? I don't manufacture a portfolio to show it on YouTube and don't disclose that it hasn't appreciated at all, okay? I don't just build a portfolio and then throw it up online and say that you can do it as well. What I do strive to get across is what is possible in the stock market if you go from a non-investor to an investor and start to become a participant in the stock market. Now, you're not going to have a portfolio like this overnight, all right? But what it is that you need to do is understand that putting yourself on a program is just a start, and you can build upon that start year in and year out. And you can understand, by me being transparent with what is possible in the stock market, you should actually be able to look at that and say, I can do that as well, because I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can. If you know anybody out there that needs to understand more about the stock market and is looking to get involved in the stock market, make sure that you share the message with them. If it's your first time tuning into the Independent Investor channel, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, and finally leave your comments at the bottom. If you guys have a portfolio makeup, if you've started with 2 or 3 picks in there, or if you've got 10 or 15 picks and you've got an established portfolio, leave those in the comments so the community can enjoy how it is people formulate their own self-directed programs, because I say all the time, no individual portfolio needs to be the same, guys. And with that, I will leave you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and good luck in your investment future.